Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another 2023 Preview and Prediction video. Today I'll be doing the Brigham Young Cougars. So let's get right into it. Well, last season BYU went 8-5 with a bowl win over SMU 24-23. Now you may notice that this first schedule looks a little bit different than their schedule for this year. Well, that's because that BYU had agreed to join the Big 12 for the 2023 season and beyond. They had some wins. They had a win, at least, over a Big 12 school this past season in Baylor, winning 26-20 in double overtime. Their losses included losing to Oregon, Notre Dame, Arkansas, Liberty, and East Carolina. So, besides that, Baylor did not have that bad of a season. Now, head coach Kalani Sitake is going to has a big task this season of competing in a Power 5 conference. Instead of playing one Power 5 team every couple of weeks, he's going to be playing a Power 5 opponent almost every week. So, with that being said, let's look at the roster to see what they're working with. Well, they bring in Kedon Slovis, former USC and Pitt quarterback, to be their starter. He's a senior transfer. He has a lot of experience, and he's pretty talented for what he is. You also bring in Aiden Robbins coming in from UNLV at running back, and Dion Smith, a redshirt senior, coming in from Colorado. So you got some talent at tailback. At wide receiver, you have Chase Roberts coming back, Keanu Hill coming back, and Cody Epps coming back. On the offensive line, with Connor Pay and Kingsley Suamatia, you got three transfers in Paul Maley from Utah, Waylon Lapuaho coming in from Utah State, and finally, at right tackle, Caleb Etienne coming in from Oklahoma State. I don't know if there's relation to Travis and Trevor, but anyways, let's go to the defense to see how they look. Well, you have three different transfers. Isaiah Bagna coming in from Boise State at defensive end. You have AJ Pakchachan coming in from Utah State for linebacker, and Eddie Heckard coming in at corner from Weber State. The rest of the defense looks pretty veteran. You have your youngest guy that's predicted to start is Micah Harper, a redshirt sophomore. So, not bad for a team that's going to a Power 5 conference. So, that being said, let's go ahead and look at the schedule to see what I have BYU going this year. Well, they start out the season with a new FBS opponent and a FCS opponent, Sam Houston and Southern Utah. So, how do I feel about these two games? Well, I could see them maybe having a little bit of an issue with Sam Houston, but I do believe that they will win both of these games before having their first away game at Arkansas. They have back-to-back road games after those two wins at Arkansas and at Kansas. So, this is going to be an interesting stretch. Arkansas beat them last year, and Kansas is a pretty good team on paper. So, in my opinion, I think you lose both of these games to get to 2-2. It's just tough to play two teams like this back-to-back, Arkansas being so physical, and then Kansas having that Jalen Daniels kid. After that, you play Cincinnati, another newcomer to the Big 12, and I think you get a win here. Cincinnati, they have a new quarterback as well as Emory Jones, but they have a new head coach in Scott Satterfield. And I think with you having the consistency with Kalani Sitake, it's going to help in your favor. So you go into your bye week 3-2. Coming out of the bye week, you have to go to TCU. Now, this game is interesting. You're coming off a bye week. TCU, at this point, they're having to start a new quarterback, Chandler Morris. Now, to be fair, Chandler Morris did start last year at the start of the season before Max Duggan took over because he got injured. But you have a lot of new moving pieces for TCU. So I'm going to call the upset right here and have BYU upset TCU. After this, you play Texas Tech and at Texas back-to-back. This is going to be tough. I think you lose to Texas Tech. I think that they're a very talented team. And then you have a back-to-back stretch against at Texas and at West Virginia. I think you lose at Texas. Texas is one of the most talented teams in the Big 12 this upcoming year. And this upcoming game is very interesting. At West Virginia, you're traveling all the way across the country to West Virginia, to Morgantown. You, I think, on paper, are better and more talented than this team, but the traveling factor is just too much to not take into account. I think you lose on the road at West Virginia to drop at this point to 4-5. Then you come back home to play Iowa State. And Iowa State right now, they lost their quarterback because of a betting scandal. And I think at this point they'll have their quarterback situated, but having to travel to Provo is a very dangerous thing to do. And I think you beat Iowa State and Matt Campbell. Then you have a back-to-back stretch against Oklahoma at home and at Oklahoma State. While I do think that you have a chance against Oklahoma State, I think you lose both these games and finish the season 5-7. I think the wear and tear of playing in a Power 5 conference for the first season is going to wear on BYU by the end of the season, and traveling to Stillwater at the end of the year is going to be the final nail in the coffin to pretty much confirm that you're not going bowling this year. So there you go, BYU 5-7. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and Go Dawgs.